Your dad. It's a seat. It's a seat. Yeah.
So I just want to take the time to welcome you and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I've been here for a whole 2 months. So maybe someday I'll be coming back and touring as well. But I know Ms. Turner has been gracious enough to take the time and the opportunity to take you on a tour this afternoon. So anything that you need, I'll be up here in the front office, and I'm going to turn it over to her to let you know what the agenda is for this afternoon. But thank you again. It's so nice to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sure.
There's no such thing as just a principal.
My name is Sharon Charter, and I don't really know what you all really want, so we'll talk about that in a few minutes. I did teach here at Safety Harbor from 1972 until 2012. I spent 40 years here. I spent 2 years in Lake Butler, if you know where Lake Butler is. Went to University of Florida, then taught 2 years. It was kindergarten every single year. I just really had a real hard time actually quitting, but I did retire 2 years ago. And so I don't mind coming back Friday afternoon at 3:30. So I'm glad you all came. And I thought we'd just take a few minutes to talk about, tell people what your name is and what you've been doing since you all graduated from Safety Harbor Elementary.
Yeah.
But Jimmy did, he got kicked out.
Now, was that when it was all the way through high school and everything?
No.
Was just the elementary? It was just an elementary.
Elementary.
Okay.
And junior high.
And junior high, okay.
It went.
Because it was high school at one time too, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. I think it was built in 1925.
I don't remember high school.
Somewhere around there.
It wasn't big enough.
There are very old sections of the school that I think are really cool that they maintain. One of them is this auditorium.
Yes.
So they keep
Yeah.
every now and then talking about turning it into an all-purpose room. But
No.
about 10 years ago, they took all these chairs out and redid the floors and redid the chairs and put them all back together. And we were glad to have that done. Right? Yes. And I noticed since I've been gone, they've even gotten new drapes. The drapes before were the color of the curtains.
Yeah, they were the
and now they're
color of
black.
the curtains. Yeah, I do.
So let's just take a few minutes and maybe right here, start with you and go
Well-
across the roads and talk about.
I didn't go to Safety Harbor Elementary or junior high, but I know George when we all met together at Dunedin High School. So
So you're just
George
here
and
for the
I
ride.
He's here for the ride.
since that time.
Okay, good.
Early days.
George.
I'm George Sacaleras. I went here from 1960 to sixth grade, yeah. I started here in third grade. I live in New York now, and that's where I have my business, my family, etc.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
And Susan? You can just say your name if that's all you want to do.
I don't remember when I went here.
57.
Nobody wants to work that hard, do we?
It's 57.
Cool, thank
Most
you.
all started in 56.
Most everybody,
I started
what made you all
first
get
grade.
together to do this? Is there a?
We have a
email?
group. We have a
Patty was
group
very
on Facebook.
persuasive.
A group on Facebook?
Right.
Okay.
Patty was very persuasive. to get it.
Okay, cool. Patty, tell us what you do and.
Okay, I'm a retired teacher, and I retired in 2011 too from Tallahassee. Hello, Tarzan.
Sorry about that.
There's Jane. But anyhow, I subbed here last year. I sub in Pinellas County now.
Oh, cool.
You all called me a few times this year, but I haven't been available. So, but yeah,
I'm not
I
there
went
yet.
all
I'm not
through
ready to go back to substituting.
Safety Harbor Elementary, Junior High, and then Dunedin High School.
Cool. And
Same
Dave?
here. I'm Dave Datsko, Susan's brother. I was a year ahead of her. We started here in 57. I was in third grade then. And then through the junior high, through Dunedin High School, 67 graduate, and I went into service in the Navy. I was in California, and I stayed in California. I've been in California since 67.
Thank you.
And he was the smartest kid in the class.
That's why I live there.
And you?
I'm going to dispute that being smart. Janet Bacchus, Herta. We moved here in 1959 and started second grade here at Safety Harbor. George was my neighbor about 3-4 doors
That's right.
up the street on Audrey Drive. Graduated from Dunedin High School and wound up in Texas. So
Everybody
this
kinda
is my
spread
husband,
out.
Clint.
I'm amazed you all could get together, so many of you at one time.
You wound
just
up
did-
where?
Texas.
Texas.
Central Texas, around in the Waco area.
Thank you. And you?
I'm Herta.
Same thing, ditto.
I'm a Texan.
Done that, all right. And how about you?
I'm Cora May Petrie, which is formerly Cora May Carroll. I went to school here until 1951, and it was Stillwater High School after that.
Cool. And you?
I'm Cindy Gatlin was the name I used. I started here in 1958. Jan and I were in the same class and went on to Dunedin High School. Still live in Florida, worked for GE for 20 years and thinking about retiring.
Now, was Dunedin built before Clearwater High or about the same time?
It's way after.
After.
Clearwater's a lot older.
So
high school
most
than
people,
Dunedin was.
if you're older or experienceder, you went to Clearwater probably. Because when I first started teaching here, it was split on Main Street.
That's what-
And if
Yes.
you went to
Yeah.
Safety Harbor or,
Yes.
I mean, to
It was in the
Dunedin or to
50s.
It
Clearwater.
was that way a long time ago.
Long time ago,
5'9".
too.
5'9".
Okay, cool. Yep.
I'm Linda Schnell, Lightcap, and I went here from 2nd grade through 6th grade and then 7th grade at the new junior high school in Oak Grove.
Cool.
And I taught school in Pinellas County from 72 to 91.
Where did you teach?
I taught at several different schools.
Oh, yeah. New teachers get shipped around a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. Countryside the first year, it was over there.
Cool, cool, thank you. Now let's go back there.
I'm John Florida. I'm from Marianna, Florida. I was born and raised here in Safety Harbor. I spent 6 wonderful years here, 3 years at Safety Harbor Junior High. Then I graduated from Dunedin in '69.
Cool.
And then for the last 25 years or so, I've been working for the Department of Correction in Marianna, Florida. This is my first time back in many, many years. Wow, it's something else.
It's a lot different, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. And you?
And I'm Marilyn Kirkpatrick, and this is actually my cousin.
Oh, cool.
And our grandmother taught here, and my mother taught here.
Now, who was your mother and your grandmother?
She was Virginia Baird, and my grandmother was Mrs. Dee Baird. In fact, her name's on the trust is one of the trustees on the
Cool.
account.
Cool.
But I always loved Safety Harbor. so
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
Her daddy was a Boy Scout leader.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
And you?
Jim Ledbetter. My family moved here in '57, and I started here in the 2nd grade, about the, I think it was the second 6-week period. I was in Mrs. Down's class. And I went to Safety Harbor schools through the 9th grade, and then I was part of the group from our class that went over to Clearwater High, and I graduated from Clearwater in '68.
Thank you. And you?
I'm Linda. Well, I was Linda Williams and Linda Williams Gross, and I'm about 2 years ahead of most of these people. We moved from Kentucky in 1959 and came here. So we went through all of that, and then the middle school. I was actually one of the first cheerleaders in the middle school. Yay, Warriors. And graduated from Dunedin High School in '66, and I worked for the Pinellas County School System in the administration building while I was there for 25 years, and as the coordinator of the computer help desk. And I retired in 2004.
Thank you. You?
And I'm her sister, Ruby Williams, and I did everything she just said we just did, except that I got married and we were in the Air Force for 20 years, and retired from the Air Force and came back to Florida. So this is home to us. So we're here and loving seeing all these faces. And it's making so much more sense to me because so many people, I didn't know who left to go to Clearwater and who went to Dunedin. You know, you lost touch with people, and you didn't. I would start reading Facebook, and I'd think, where was he? And I'd start through my yearbook, and that would be somebody in Clearwater. So you know, it's good to see these faces.
It probably was very strange because Safety Harbor is such a
Oh, we were
close-knit
so
group
close.
of
Such a
community and
great-
everything.
in
And
fact,
then to have you divided all of a
the
sudden.
class that was so good was the 5th and 6th grade classes that, they were such a strong class, wasn't it, Sammy? I mean,
Unreal.
it
Totally
was just an
unbelievable.
unbelievable class. I don't
Yep.
even know why.
Now, who was your teacher then?
Climber.
Climber?
Battle axe climber.
Norman Eubanks. I remember Norman Eubanks. Oh.
He's the one. And then we just had a bond that it's just amazing how we kept touch, you know. And
And-
Facebook has been wonderful.
Virginia Edwards? Was her, I can't remember her.
Showers.
Say,
Wasn't it Virginia Showers?
yes, that could be it, yes, yeah. She wasn't here too many years after I started, so, yeah, Virginia Showers and Jenny Samuelson was the librarian.
Yes, that was Debbie's mother.
Mhm.
Where is Debbie?
California.
Did she move back?
She did.
Is anybody ever hear from Miss Staggerwald again? Just Bruce question.
Somebody told me that Mrs. Steinerwalt had passed away.
What about her daughter?
What about Linda?
Linda, yeah, totally.
I took her to a dance, I remember.
Yeah.
And you, sir, John, tell us about yourself.
Pastor and I are married. We're from Tennessee, and this is my first visit here, and I'm enjoying all the company. Getting to know people.
Now, did you go here too?
Yes, I started here in 2nd grade.
Elementary school sweethearts, huh?
Well, no, I met him way down. Oh. Had a couple of ones.
23 years ago.
But I started here in 2nd grade and went all the way through 6th grade. 6th grade ended in 1961, I believe, 61. So however many years backwards from that. And lots of classmates, and like Ruby said, that was, you know, those friendships, I mean, the memories are so vivid for those 2 years in particular. And the friendships that we made, it's just awesome to be back together.
And how about you?
My name's Peter Lezhot. This was, I went to school here from the 1st grade and then over there at St. Charter Junior High. And I guess for me, the great thing about this school was that my parents were so involved in it. And then my 2 oldest kids went here for their elementary school. But to know all these people here, and the things we used to do with Patrick and Sam and everybody. But if you lived here, you walked to school here. Your friends walked with you. We used to walk across that creek, climb a mulberry tree over there and get mulberries. But it was just so unique because the people that went here were really good people, and their families were connected. But you walked or rode your bike everywhere, and it was, to me, it was so neat to walk to school and to be able to do that and to have the principals that we had here and the teachers that we had here that really made such a difference in all our lives.
Now,
You
it was Gary Linder was the principal
Yes.
back then. He was here.
Gary
My mother was a secretary
For a
before I was
long
born.
time, he was principal.
But it was just such a, for me, it was a great town. And there were great people here, and everybody knew everybody, and your kids could run the streets, and if you did something wrong, somebody's parents called your
Everybody knew
parents,
about it.
and it was-
Teachers knew about it.
Yeah, the
Next
teachers
morning.
knew, but yeah. So, but that's, it was just, for me, it was a great, great experience. Mostly Jimmy was troublemaker.
And Jenny?
Jennifer Spooner. I didn't go to Safety Harbor Elementary School. I went to Oldsmar, and but I did go to the junior high school. I tell everybody that we were the first blacks because they integrated the schools by busing, and so they bused us from Oldsmar to Safety Harbor Junior High School, and then they bused us from Oldsmar to Dunedin High School. So that's why I say we were the first
What
blacks.
they were doing when I first started teaching you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've never been inside of this auditorium.
Oh.
And
Well, you're in some
my mother used to
thrills.
tell everybody, I have 4 brothers and my sister and I, so there were 6 of us. When we moved to Oldsmar in 1957, my mother said that she doubled the population of the of Oldsmar Elementary School. I think there were only 6. So when we got there, she said we doubled the population of the elementary school.
Well, Oldsmar is kind of like
Oh,
what
yes.
Safety Harbor used to be. It's
That's
like
really the
just
way it
a
was.
Yes.
city now.
Yeah,
So
it's huge now.
it's weird, yep. And James?
I don't know any of these people. I got Chattahoochee, just trying to get out of town.
Ended up here.
No, I'm Jim Elmore. I went to school here 1 year to this school in 1962.
Yeah.
In the 8th grade, and then I went to did the 9th grade the first year in the new school. And then Dunedin for a little while. I've spent half my life building things, and then last half doing refrigeration, and I'm retired now, living up by Crystal River.
He was also one of the main financial supporters at the Harbor Bar.
And I only got kicked out one time for 3 days for a mohawk. That was because all my friends did it, so I did it too. That was the only time.
A rebel here, huh?
Yeah.
And Terry?
I'm formerly Terry Fields. I had 2 other Fields sisters that went here. I came here when I was 10 in 1959, and from then I went all the way up to Dunedin.
You were St. Charter
Graduated in
Junior High too.
67. Huh?
You're one of the girls I used to look at.
I'm not so sure. Even in a school.
Truth telling here, huh? And
I'm Aggie Chansey, and I'm Sam's wife.
Oh, cool. And you were here.
Yes, ma'am, 56 is we started.
The group, huh?
Yeah, and then, like you said, through 6th grade, and then we went, first year, we built a new junior high school.
Right.
We went to, it's like Pete said, even if you did do something stupid to get in trouble with the cops, they just grabbed you by the back of the head and took you home.
Yeah. And you guys
Knocked on
know.
your door and your daddy beat the hell out of you.
They tore down the middle school and rebuilt a whole new one.
I know, I went by there and I couldn't believe it.
When you building get too old, you know?
Totally unbelievable.
Yeah. And tell us about you.
Oh, Nancy Hilker Fortran. My parents moved here in '46, out on what was 590, Burn Terrace Drive, and my father still lived there until he went to assisted living a couple years ago. And I went all the way through junior high, out through Dunedin. Then moved to Colorado, Rocky Mountain High, and taught there for 27 years, and then retired in 2008, and now I travel the world.
Cool. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I really don't know anybody. My name is Donna Reedy, and I went here from the 1st grade to the 5th grade because that was it at that time.
Your dad. Right?
Yes, he was a grocer in Safety
Yes.
Harbor. My uncle delivered the mail. So, and went to Safety Harbor Middle School, went 1 year to Dunedin, and then Countryside opened. So, graduated from there in '82. Lifelong resident.
And did you tell us about you? You did, okay. Okay, well, thanks for sharing everything with me here. And give me some ideas of what you want to see. Do you want me just to decide where
Can
to
I
go?
tell one quick story?
Yes, sure.
This is good, this is cool. There's no grinders here, is there? Okay, this is the God's truth. Mr. Busick was one of our teachers. Everybody here knows him. I talked to him on the phone last week, and he's still alive. He said he would be here, but he's got macular degeneration. He can't drive, and his wife's in bad shape. But we talked for over an hour, just everything. And he was saying, I told him, I says, who was that lived straight across the street from the school by the footbridge? And I don't know why I thought the Grinders lived there, but it was the Coopers. So it was a pile of youngins anyway, right? So anyway, I asked him, he said, he said, if you want to tell a little funny story, he says to everybody, tell him I said hi, of course, but he says, about the 2nd or 3rd year I was here, and I don't know what year he started, he was here as long as I can remember. Thanksgiving, he took a grinder kid home for some reason, a couple days before Thanksgiving, and they asked him to come back for Thanksgiving. Well, he was out of the Marines, he was still single, and so he went. He says, Sam, we had 2 possums and fish. That's what we had for Thanksgiving dinner. He said, that's the God's truth. And he says, possum's not as bad as what you think. and fried mullet. He says, that's what.
Oh my God.
Tell him what he said about having a grinder every year for 20
Yeah, he said he had a grinder in his class every year for 11 years.
For a while when I was first teaching, there were grinders.
I think since this main building is the part that
Yeah.
most everybody
Yeah, we all-
experience, maybe we could do upstairs.
Oh,
and
sure,
downstairs.
sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably when you all were here, that was the library? Because it was the
Yeah.
library when I
Yeah.
first started. It's now like learning disabilities classroom and
Is
stuff.
the
but
wood shop still there?
No, if it is, I've never seen it. There are what they call archives underneath here that they use for storage, that they found some very interesting things from many years in the past. But come on, we'll go.
Here too. I think they opened this, around the 8th grade is when they opened the new. I'm a little bit ahead. This was from
One day, one day I'll get back to the How many kids has that?
I don't know. I never wanted kids.
Okay.
And we were using
this is your jacket.
This
is where I threw Mike Frazier against that wall.
Really?
And knocked half the coach off the wall. Music.
Mike Frazier.
No. Air conditioning.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we'll go back in the auditorium and then walk around the school if you like. We have everything from pre-K up to I know. Very cool. I hope you see some things that haven't changed.